In today's world, families are often broken by anger, ego, or neglect. But imagine a home filled with love, patience, and respect, where every word spoken brings hearts closer. This was the home of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, the greatest man ever to walk this earth, yet the most humble, loving, and gentle within his family. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Path of Peace. In this episode, we'll take a deep look into one of the most beautiful sides of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, his life as a family man, how he treated his wives, children, and even servants with unmatched mercy and affection. His example isn't just history, it's guidance for every home today. Topic Introduction. When people hear about the Prophet, many think of his role as a leader, a teacher, or a warrior. But those who lived with him, his wives, his daughters, his close companions, saw another side of him. A man of warmth, humor, and compassion. A man who never raised his voice in anger at home, who smiled the most, and who helped with household chores despite being the messenger of Allah. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, his beloved wife, was once asked, "What did the Prophet do in his house?" She replied, "He served his family. And when the time for prayer came, he would go out to pray." Sahih al-Bukhari. This short hadith says so much. It shows us that the Prophet never thought domestic work was beneath him. He would help sweep the floor, mend his own clothes, milk the goat, and serve others, teaching us that humility and love at home are acts of worship too. Let's step inside the home of the Prophet and see what made it so special. 1. His kindness and softness. The Prophet Muhammad never used harsh words at home. He spoke gently, with kindness and care. His wives never feared him. They loved him deeply because he honored them. Allah describes him in the Quran. "And indeed you are of a great moral character." Quran 68:4. Even in disagreement, he was patient. Once, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, became upset, as couples sometimes do. The Prophet calmly said, "I know when you are pleased with me and when you are angry with me." Aisha was surprised and asked, "How do you know that, O Messenger of Allah?" He replied, "When you are pleased with me, you say, 'By the Lord of Muhammad,' and when you are angry, you say, 'By the Lord of Ibrahim.'" She smiled and said, "Yes, that's true." Sahih al-Bukhari. This moment shows not only his wisdom but his emotional intelligence, how he noticed the smallest changes in his wife's tone and responded with gentleness instead of ego. 2. His love and affection. The Prophet showed affection openly. He would call Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, by sweet nicknames and race with her for fun. He once said, "The best of you are those who are best to their families, and I am the best of you to my family." Tirmidhi. He wasn't distant or cold, he was deeply loving. He shared meals with his wives, sat beside them, listened carefully to their stories, and smiled often. His home was filled with warmth, laughter, and mercy. Even when he was busy with the affairs of the Ummah, he gave time to his family. He visited each of his wives fairly, spoke kindly to them, and prayed for them. His justice and compassion made each of them feel honored. 3. His relationship with his children. The Prophet loved his children and grandchildren dearly. When his daughter Fatima, may Allah be pleased with her, would enter a room, he would stand up, kiss her forehead, and seat her in his place. Imagine the greatest man on earth standing to honor his daughter. He played with his grandsons Hassan and Hussein, may Allah be pleased with them. Once, while leading prayer, his grandson climbed on his back during sujud. The Prophet lengthened his prostration until the child got down. Later he explained, "I did not want to disturb the child." Musnad Ahmad. This was his love, pure, patient, and unconditional. He wasn't too busy for his children. He was their companion and teacher. 4. His mercy towards servants and others at home. The Prophet had a helper named Anas ibn Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, who served him for 10 years. Anas said, "The Messenger of Allah never said uff to me, nor did he ever say about something I had done, 'Why did you do that?' or about something I had not done, 'Why didn't you do that?'" Sahih Muslim. 10 years of service, and not one word of anger or blame. This was his character, mercy and patience even in the smallest matters. 5. His patience in difficult times. The Prophet's family life was not always easy. He faced poverty, hunger, and hardship at home. Sometimes days passed without a cooked meal, only dates and water. Yet he never complained. He expressed gratitude and contentment, reminding his family that true richness is the richness of the heart. Once, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, "A month or two would pass and no fire would be lit in our house," meaning they cooked nothing. He lived simply, slept on a mat, and yet filled his home with peace and contentment. 6. His forgiveness and understanding. When one of his wives, Safiya, may Allah be pleased with her, once felt upset because of something another wife said, the Prophet consoled her with kind words and reminded her of her noble lineage. Tirmidhi. He lifted her heart with dignity, not by dismissing her feelings, but by honoring her worth. 7. The balance between family and worship. Even as the messenger of Allah, leading battles, teaching companions, and guiding a nation, he never neglected his home. He balanced his responsibilities beautifully, helping, comforting, teaching, and showing affection. He prayed with his family at night, taught them remembrance of Allah, and encouraged them to stay connected to the hereafter. His home was not built on wealth or luxury, but on remembrance, love, and mercy. The Prophet Muhammad was not just the best leader or teacher, he was the best husband, father, and family man. His home was a sanctuary of love, built on kindness, respect, and faith. In our time, when many families struggle with communication and patience, his example lights the way. Treating your spouse with love, listening to your children, forgiving easily, and helping at home, these are not small acts. They are acts of Sunnah. May Allah help us follow the example of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and make our homes places of peace, mercy, and love. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more Islamic content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message of peace.